Now let's get to it. Now I know people do ask sometimes, especially people who want to travel to China to work or to school, they sometimes ask questions about cost of living, more importantly, apartment, right? How much an apartment would cost right here in China. I'm gonna do just that, and we're gonna use my apartment as an example. Now, this apartment is a $550 per month apartment. Now, stick around through this video, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to know before you sign the lease, all right? So right here is the hall. I'm gonna walk you guys to each room, what I have here. So let's get to it. So let's start with the kitchen, right? So right here is the kitchen. Let me turn the lights on. Now we have a water heater. We have some kitchen cabinets, a fridge. Now you need to check out for this, right? So this is my kitchen, right? Just to show you something. Right, now just like I was saying, we're right here in the hall. Now one thing I like about this apartment is that it has inbuilt air conditions, right? Air conditioners in every room, right? And also has the security monitor where if someone wants to come visit me and let's say it's late, the person can do what? The person can just call me on that, and then I will be able to answer and unlock the doors for the person to enter, right? So this is the hall, right? This is the hall. You have a sofa, you have a TV, normal things you get in an apartment. And the floor is actually made of marbles, which is what I actually wanted, right? So moving on, I'm gonna turn the lights on over here. So yeah, so we're right here. This is my bedroom, which is the master bedroom. And as you can see, really nice bed. This is my wardrobe. Yes, and like I said, you have inbuilt air conditioners, which will be able to keep you cold or warm whenever you want it, right? And I have my shower here, which it's just for me. I wouldn't be sharing with visitors. So this is my other room, which I don't use. And yeah, it looks a bit clumsy, pardon me. And a wardrobe, and again, an air conditioning, right? Something that we can use, especially during the winter to keep ourselves warm. So right here is my last room, which is the office, which I use to study or do my business, right? And over here is the guest washroom. So if I have visitors, I let them use this one, right? I turned something on. Yeah, so this is just about it. This is a 109.3 square meter apartment, and it costs $550 per month, right? Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, so you don't wash? Well, let's go to the balcony. I'll show you exactly where. Nice view, right? I got a nice view. Oh, I think it's a nice view. So yeah, so we're right here in the balcony, and that's my washing machine. So yes, guys, I do wash. I try to be clean as possible, as clean as possible. So with that said, let's get to the part that I promised you guys, which is what you need to know before signing the lease, right? Let me just fix the camera right here. Great. Good. So what you need to know before signing this lease right here, okay? So like I said, this is a 109.3 square meter apartment. And before I got this apartment, I had to look for an agent. Now, one thing I left out is I live here in China, right? I work and do business right here in China. So, excuse me. So I've lived in China for about 7 years, and before I got this apartment, I had to go through an agent. Now you can rent an apartment either by going through an agent or by looking for the apartment yourself. Going to look for the apartment yourself can be sometimes stressful, and there are benefits and disadvantages as well with both. Right? I'm gonna talk on that shortly. Now, when you go through an agent, you have to let the agent know exactly what you want, right? The kind of apartment that you want, what you want in the apartment, and all that. And also, you would have to check not just a picture, but you have to go see the apartment, right? And then they will let you know, okay, this apartment costs this amount per month, and you would have to give a down payment, and then you sign the lease. Now, we'll get to that part about signing the lease. It's really important. Something that you can use here in China or anywhere in the world where you find yourself, especially when you're going to rent an apartment, right? So back at it, you let the agent know exactly what you want. You go and check the apartment. You also have to let the agent know, where you want to live, right? You can let the agent know exactly the kind of community that you're looking for, right? Are you looking for a building that is just by the roadside, or you want to live in a community with other people, right? Within a community, right? You have those kind of buildings as well. Now, when you have found the apartment that you want, before you sign the lease, what you have to do is, like I said, go check the apartment and see if everything is working perfectly well. Make sure you turn the fridge on, check, even if it's new, just make sure everything is well. And what you can also do is that you can let the landlord know if, in case there's something that you want to be put in the apartment, you want something put in the apartment, you can do what? You can let the agent and the landlord or landlady know, and you guys can agree and disagree. And then once you arrive at an agreement, then you proceed. Now, before you sign the contract, once again, do well to do what? Do well to read. I know it's in Chinese right here. You can see everything here is in Chinese, right? So what you can do is you can use your phone, right? You can take a picture and translate it. What you would find out is once you sign the contract, the landlord, one, cannot sell the apartment to anyone whilst you're renting the apartment. If he wants to sell the apartment to somebody else, which some of them do sometimes, right? And I didn't know this because I wasn't doing this thing that I'm telling you. And you translated, you realize that if he wants to sell the apartment off to somebody else, he has to give you a month's notice, which is 30 days, right? 30 days for you to look for an apartment. Not that he would just come, hey, I sold the apartment, so within 2 days you would have to leave, or a week you would have to leave, right? It's supposed to be 30 days, a month, right? And secondly, you will find out that if in case he sells the apartment to somebody else, then he would have to refund the money, right? Whatever he has to do with the deduction, do the calculation, and then deduct whatever amount that is due him, and then give you back whatever is due you as well, and refund the rest to you. But also he has to refund twice the amount of the deposit that you paid, right? In the beginning, I said you would have to give a down payment, right? And once you give the down payment, if he decides to sell the apartment off to somebody else, you would receive twice the amount you paid on the deposit, right? For the deposit that you paid, he has to pay you twice. I repeat again, he has to pay you twice the amount, okay? Now, these are the benefits that you get when you go through an agent. Now, whenever there's a problem and maybe your landlord or landlady is giving you problems, you can go through the agent, and the agent, they will still do their job. Some of them probably might want to give you the landlord's number, and then you would have to do everything by yourself, but still you can go through the agent because, it's a service, and they would have to make sure that you are well catered for in times of trouble. Now, obviously when you're going to an agent, there's an agency fee. Sometimes if you're a foreigner, they try to increase some things a little bit for you, but it happens everywhere, I'm sure. And let's get to the part where you rent an apartment just by yourself. You don't go through an agent. That one is really stressful because you would have to actually talk to people that you know, and they will now try to recommend people or landlords or landladies who want to rent, or let me say homeowners who want to rent the apartment out. And in these cases, sometimes you don't even sign a contract, but you should sign a contract actually, and make sure that you also read the contract, because whatever information that is in the contract benefits you as well as benefits the homeowner. Now, if you don't read this and something goes wrong, you wouldn't know exactly what you're supposed to do or get should the landlord sell the apartment. Now, vice versa, if you decide to terminate the contract before the time is up, then you're not gonna get the deposit that you paid, and in most cases you might not even get a refund of your money because you have actually terminated the contract before the contract, the time for the contract, the deadline is actually up, right? So you terminated the contract before the time was up. So in that case, you will not get your refund. You will not get a refund of your money. Let's say you pay for a year and you stay there, let's say for about 6 months. Some might be generous enough and refund the money to you. Some might want to actually take you on because, as the contract states, you're supposed to rent the apartment for 1 year, right? So they will not give you the deposit, and they're not going to refund money to you. Why? Because you terminated the contract. You already paid the full amount. So hey, if you're not going to stay there, you already paid the full amount. They already got their money. They're not going to refund any money to you. You can leave or you can stay. Choice is yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this episode right here in my $550 per month apartment right here in China. If you liked the video and if I gave you value, right? If I gave you value in this video, do well to like and click the subscribe button. Most importantly, do well to click the notification button so that whenever I upload a video, you get a chance to see the video. And let me know what you want to see, what you want me to give content on, especially when it comes to living right here in China. I'll see you guys in the next video. My name once again is Jojo. Bye-bye.